Boston in memory of the victims of the recent devastating earthquakes in Venezuela. Tchouaméni returns to the midfield, but is paired with Kone for the first time from the start at this World Cup. And it is the same front four that began the tournament for France, and 4 is the magic number right now. Only 5 teams have won all their games so far at this. It is Mbappe who has hit the crossbar. Selvik was beaten by that because of the sheer power that Mbappe generates. Here's Doué, and behind it goes for a corner off Bjorkan's head.
Well, the way this match has started, at all costs Norway has to get through this first 15-minute spell without conceding, or else it's going to be a very long afternoon.
Koundé. And still Dembele! That's what he can do. And having waited and waited for a World Cup goal, Ousmane Dembele now has 2 in a matter of days. France cut right through Norway. 3 points, and in third position, here's Doué, went through a crowd. Selvik's got that one. Lisa, who was a tricky customer and was grabbed at by Patrick Berg, he's going to get the first yellow card of this game, and indeed the first yellow. Larsen, Oscar Bob on his own. Strand Larsen couldn't find him. Touch off the backtracking Ostergaard, I think, that took all the power out of that.
Yes, and then as you do, try to pass through them and break on them. And
Sven just has the heels clipped by Tchouaméni. Ostergaard. Oh, Strand Larsen! Would have been the most immaculate World Cup goal, because the first touch was... Dembele. Backs up for offside.
he won't be happy with himself that he just drifted
in here. Selvik with the stop from Mbappe. We're only 17 minutes in and he's desperate for it.
He's being 6.
Dembele has bent in a brilliant goal. A goal that has got Ballon d'Or written all over it. A Dembele double, and France fully in control. Asgard, here's an immediate chance. Smartly taken by Tello Asgard. Barely 2 minutes between the 2 goals. And now France have a corner. Well, his goal record is... France corner in by Elise. And behind for another from the opposite side.
Oh, Asgard's touch, turn, shifted the ball. All that was brilliant. You just have to question the defending by France. There was no pressure to the ball.
Hernandez, who can hit them for sure.
You know it. And there's the result. He's got a hat-trick. Ousmane Dembele, unerring. Three in 31 minutes.
Stop as well. Here's the hat-trick hero Dembele. Tchouaméni too high.
And I'm sure at halftime the talk is going to be about
Goes on, Shelderup. Stopped by Hernandez, but he was fouled before that, so it's a Norway free kick.
Good positive run by Skelderup.
Berg with the Norway free kick. Won by Kunde. Filled by Falconer. Asgard for Norway. Shelderup. Kunde stepped in, though I think the ball might have struck his hand. That's what Michael Oliver is seeing. Shelderup. Norway corner. They so easily could have been 4-1 down.
Selvik comes out quick. Yeah, really good.
Dembele tried to be unselfish rather than taking it on himself. Mbappe was screaming for it.
If he didn't have a hat-trick already, I'm sure he would have pulled the trigger. How quick did France just make it from defending in their own box to having 4 players in the opposition?
Kone. Lovely feet by him, Mbappe, back to Kone, and Selvik again. Smart piece of goalkeeping.
Yeah, another good play by France, and they're on the attack again with pressure. But what Selvik's doing
His
very
feet out quick enough.
Yeah, Lacroix and Upamecano have given the ball away a couple times, and Mignon.
To 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half, but nobody wants this half to come to an end. Perhaps maybe Norway do, though. Doué, Elise, over the top from him. Chouameni again. And he's going to get another chance, as you know, the ball has ricocheted over the line.
Up 3-1, creating.
Dembele, a little too much on it. Welcome back to Boston, a half-time double change from Norway, who are 3-1 down here to France. So the introduction of both Morten Thorsby and Marcus Pedersen, who came on in the first half in the win over Senegal after the injury to Julian Reersen. Bradfriedel, not a great surprise, I guess, considering Ousmane Dembele and France have ripped Norway to shreds so far.
Yeah, I think they needed to get somebody different over on that left-hand side to try to pose a different defensive structure with Ousmane Dembele. I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. The only way to compete against this French team is pace for pace, physicality. So unless you have someone like that in the middle of midfield to be able to, not sure it's going to make a difference. The only way to compete against this French team is pace for pace, physicality.
Oscar Bob. Osnes Bob. And he's kept his feet, Oscar Bob, and now he's gone over and Norway have a penalty. The feet of Oscar Bob there were twinkling.
We didn't see a lot of Oscar Bob on the ball in the first half because France had it most of the time, creating chances. Really good feet. A Stonewall penalty. Michael Oliver is right on hand to see.
And Mignon makes the save. And it is still France. And the flick on as well, which Østegård did everything he possibly could to ensure that Norway had someone on the end of it.
It just a floated.
Doué.
Just leans back a touch. He's near perfect precision.
Doué, there was a grab on him by Leo Østegård, which was spotted.
He's not one of the players seems to be affected by any sort of pressure.
The France free kick, which is beautiful. And it just needed the end touch from Lacroix, which there was one, but not one forcefully. And it's all been led by Dembele today, and he gets the corner out of Asgard. And Ousmane Dembele's number is up, so he will not get the opportunity today to beam for Ousmane Dembele. quickly, but maybe one will come their way now. Mignon quick off his line. France flood forward. Can they make it 4? Selvik covering the ground at his near post to stop Barkala, who was working with him. Communication between Koundé and the substitute Konate. Now, there's such a love of football in Norway, a country of 5.5. Hernandez, who drives on and then can't provide his trademark shot, and he's capable of belting. Barkala. Desiree Doué right at the end, assisted by his Paris Saint-Germain teammates, and bringing... They troubled France, let us not forget that. So they will go on into the round of 32 with France, Norway, and we know their opponents as well. It will be a trip to Dallas.